We know you love us, but the information on our podcast is provided for educational and entertainment purposes only. It is not intended as a substitute for professional advice of any kind. If you or anyone you know needs professional help, please seek mental health services. Welcome to the Date Podcast, the show for anyone navigating the dating and relationship world. We interview celebrities, talk pop news, discuss dating do's and don'ts, and debate relationship topics. We are available on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. Please subscribe and review if you like what you hear. Check out our website, datepodcast.com, for more information. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Now, let's get on with the show. You're listening to the Date Podcast, hosted by Emma and Zorric.
It's Emma.
It's Zorric.
Host of the Date Podcast. And
we have a guest today.
And I was trying to fix my mic.
I was going to be like, what?
Sorry.
But. Okay.
We have a guest today.
Who is our guest, please?
Her name is Kathy Allen.
Okay. Well, nice. Nice to have Kathy here. What are we going to talk to her about?
We're going to talk about Match and a service that they've created that I think is really hysterical.
What else? Anything else?
We're going to talk about the bad dating stories that someone has had.
Kathy. I thought you meant me.
Oh, and you too.
Don't expose
You
me.
have some.
I have lots.
You have some.
I've had lots or a few.
I wasn't going to force you to share, but I mean, if you want me to force you, I can, and
What
I will.
about your dating stories? Let's go.
I have none. I have not dated this whole year.
No dating stories?
0 dates this year.
Boo. Oh.
Very proud of myself. Thank you.
Okay. That's fine.
Thank you.
That's fine. Okay. What's in the news today?
So much stuff. Okay. So let's talk about Dancing with the Stars. You guys know I've been like obsessed. I have been like obsessed with Dancing with the Stars, and I've been watching it like every week. I have not voted because I don't know how to vote again anymore. I'm sure they told me, but I didn't listen. Anyways, so I got to the finale, and there is 4 dancers left, okay? There was Lauren Elena.
What kind of dancing was it? Was it like this kind of dancing?
Some of it was.
Or was it like this kind of dancing?
And some of it was too.
Okay, so there was who? Who again?
Are you going to turn off this Parisian fair?
I can't.
Keep going. Okay, fine. Thank
you. So, anyways, Lauren Elena, who's a country singer, Hannah Brown, who we know from The Bachelor, and I'm going to talk about her.
We're gonna get her next.
We're going to talk about her in a minute. And Allie Broke, who was in Fifth Harmony, and of course, Kel Mitchell. Everybody knows Kel Mitchell.
Kathy.
Yes.
Do you watch this show?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh my God.
But do you know who Kel Mitchell is?
Like Kale, our friend? Kale?
No, God, who's that?
Okay.
Gross. No, like Keenan and Kel.
No.
Keenan and Kale.
Oh my gosh.
I know Keenan. I don't know who Kale is.
It's like Keenan and something else.
It's Keenan and Kel.
Are you sure?
Dude, it's from Nickelodeon.
Oh, not Keenan and the other guy.
Keenan and Kel, no?
Okay, go ahead.
Right?
I don't think so. I just know Keenan. I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay.
I really don't.
They were like in All That.
All that.
Yeah, they were in All That.
Like,
it was like a
she's All That?
Nickelodeon thing.
Like she's
They're
all
like,
that? Or
oh my, Keenan and Kel is a real thing. You people, how do you not know this?
Nope. I never watched the sitcom.
she's All That?
All
Keenan?
That. It was like a comedy show.
That's not even a real thing.
Oh, this one?
Y'all.
The one with the hats?
Keenan and Kale?
Uh-huh. They did Good Burger.
Oh.
Anyways, okay.
Well, Kel was not memorable, is all I have to say to that. Because
Well, Keenan's, Keenan, his career obviously like
blew up
because he's been on SNL and he's still on SNL. Everybody loves him on SNL. Okay, anyway, so Kel Mitchell, I really thought he was gonna win. Okay, and he did not win. I was really upset by who won because it was Hannah Brown, and I did not think she deserved to be the one that won. I think she should have gotten 4th or 3rd place, in all honesty.
But I mean, it's based on voting, right?
It is based on voting, and she came in with a huge Bachelorette group.
Yeah,
so
her popularity is up there.
Is this Good Burger?
Everybody loves her. I will be honest, never saw the movie.
Oh my gosh. Okay, fine.
I know the skit, I think.
Well, Hannah Brown has 25 freaking million followers. That's the problem.
Yeah.
You can't beat her.
No.
You can't, and she's freaking gorgeous.
Oh, she's so hot.
Emma. She's really pretty.
Yeah.
So all I'm saying is that I wish Kel had won. Kel Mitchell. Because he's the one that deserved it. His dance, you guys, he first did, which I love, a High School Musical. He did this little beautiful jazz number, and then he came back with a freestyle, and he did a number 2 crisscross jump. And he brought in these dancers from Chicago, these youth. And he, towards the end, the music was speeding up and speeding up and speeding up. And his dance moves were also, speeding up. There's a car in the background, and the car is, jumping while they're jumping.
Seriously?
Yes.
One?
It was spectacular. It was amazing. It was giving me life. And I was just oh, my gosh, Kel is going to win the show. Kel Mitchell's amazing.
He is amazing. He's pretty good in this scene here.
He is so good throughout that whole bit. You have to watch it. I seriously thought about sending it to everybody and being watch this, because I'm amazed by it. But I knew that nobody was going to do it. So I was I'm not even going to bother. Anyway, so Hannah won. And good for her. Did she really deserve to win? No, not in my opinion.
Popularity, though, right?
Right.
It doesn't matter.
It did to me. It mattered to me.
Obviously.
Okay?
Yeah.
Allie Brooks should have gotten 2nd place. Lauren Elena should have gotten 3rd. And I think Hannah should have gotten 4th place. But that's not what happened. And I was really sad. And I kind of saw I saw the picture of her holding the mirror ball. And I was just surely that's a promo picture. Because I never in my mind did I think she was going to win until she was top, until they were the last 2 standing. And then I was oh crap, she did win. I was just
she was on ABC The Bachelorette.
Right, right before.
That's ABC Dancing with the Stars. Come on.
And I think this was an unfair advantage, okay? ABC, I'm calling you guys out because I feel ABC knew what they were doing.
You better tread lightly because a lot of our guests get approval from ABC.
Okay, well, I think no, because here's what happened is that they showed a clip from The Bachelor, okay, who has, what's his name? No, it's this new one that's coming up, and it has Peter Weber. I hope I'm saying his name right. Peter Weber. And so they're showing all these clips, blah, 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 and all of a sudden, it's Hannah on the couch with Peter. And this is part of the preview, and they're showing it in between everything on Dancing with the Stars. And so he's I'm so confused right now. What are you doing here? And they're on the couch, cozying up, all over each other. And she's making decisions for my heart because I know there's still something there, and I would do anything for a relationship.
Wait, what?
Yep. And then he said, Hannah Brown, what I'm about to say is extremely crazy. What would you say if I asked you to come be part of the house?
No, Hannah. Do not do that. Do not stoop that low.
I was going to say she shouldn't. Why would she?
She was the Bachelor at the number 1 position, and now she's going back into the number 30 or whatever.
Exactly. Because wasn't he was he? I didn't. But was he his
liar.
number? Was that his? No, that was her second choice then, right? Because if he got the Bachelor, that means that he's the second.
Not all the time because Hannah was 8th place and she got it.
Oh, really?
It just depends on. It's all about who's
likable,
who looks good, who's likable, popularity. So,
Anyways, so basically, the speculation what now is that because she's been on Dancing with the Stars this whole time, there is no way she could have joined them in the house. Because this is all recorded, right? And Dancing with the Stars is happening, unless it happened before Dancing with the Stars, which I really had a doubt.
It did not.
Anyways, so it looks like this dude, though, is kind of like a jerk. because he's like making out with everybody. He said in the video, like the clip, it's like, I don't want this to feel just like it's all about sex, but I have been intimate. I can't lie to you about that. And apparently, like with Hannah Brown, like they were having sex during the show, which I thought was a big no-no.
That's not okay.
I thought that was a big no-no. But apparently he's also having sex on this show too. So sex is happening.
But it's like in any relationship, you're gonna knock some boots. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have sex.
But I feel
But
like...
isn't it? I don't. Yes, I'm about to be a little judgmental because like if you're dating like 3 guys at once and you're like vying for their attention, I don't know. Like for me, it would really screw me up to have sex with all of them because then I'd be like, am I being safe? Like, am I using protection? Are they using protection? Like, are they sleeping with producers? Like, I don't know what's going on. Like, I'm very particular about sex.
That must not be important to you because the sex has to be really good.
The sex does have to be good.
But
yes.
then I feel like it clouds the mind, especially if you're dating multiple people.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like you should save that for the last person that you choose.
Mm-hmm.
So
See, Emma?
that's just me.
That's what yes,
Yeah,
I'm there with you.
Are you?
Maybe it's a woman thing. I don't
Maybe.
know.
Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. Okay.
So anyway, apparently like Hannah Brown got, she had her little moment on the first look. So we'll see what happens.
Okay.
We'll talk about it.
I like Hannah. She's so genuine. I don't know why she can't really find somebody.
I think I have a theory, but I can't say it.
Say it.
No.
Talk
Why
shit.
not?
Come on,
Just
talk
say
shit.
it.
Come on. Come on. Go. Emma, we're waiting for you.
Just be honest.
Okay, fine.
Go.
I think there's a little bit of insecurity that comes off. Like I noticed that a lot with her. There was a lot of insecurity and it like snowballed. So I think that's probably what's going on with her. And
I can see that too.
Yeah, or it's kind of like this wanting of wanting like all of these things at once, and then it just makes it very like unrealistic like expectations for people in relationships.
I don't know.
Hannah Brown, if you need to come see a therapist, I am not the one for you, but I am more than happy to recommend you to people.
No, she can come here. We'll talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
We'll talk about it here.
But then again, like you can only see so much into a person on reality TV. So she could be a completely different person in person, you know, from how she's portrayed like through social media and stuff like that. She might be like America's sweetheart, but she could also be the complete opposite as well. So
maybe,
you never know.
Maybe she's like, a bitch.
You really don't
in
know.
real life, and we just don't know it because that's not what we see.
I hope not. She seems so genuine, but anyway.
Let's hope.
Go ahead.
Okay, my last story.
Go ahead.
You done?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. So Sadie Robertson, do y'all know who that is?
No.
Nope.
We don't know any of these people.
I really
Go
don't.
ahead. Go ahead.
From the reality TV show Duck Dynasty.
Oh God, no! Are you serious?
Yeah.
I mean,
did you guys not watch Duck Dynasty?
No, I haven't.
Back in the day? Oh my gosh, Duck Dynasty was like the best.
No, it was not.
I love Duck Dynasty to this day.
With the mattress
Oh.
What are you doing?
I'm trying to play the Duck Dynasty. It was a commercial.
Duck Dynasty, it's the ZZ Top. Yeah.
See, I was keeping up with the Kardashians kind of girl, not the.
I don't know who that. I don't know who they are. I've never heard of them. Mm-mm.
Okay.
Anyways, Duck Dynasty is legit, right? I love Duck Dynasty. It was my favorite. Oh, it made. I love hunting because of this. Anyways,
Wait, you go hunting?
I have.
Oh, okay, Emma.
So the daughter of gosh, I forgot now. So I forgot what his name is. Anyway, so one of the Robertson daughters, Sadie Robertson, just got married this past Monday in Louisiana to Christian Huff. She wore this beautiful dress. It was in white, just like beautiful cut, beautiful silhouette on her. And then she changed into a second gown for the party. It's funny because they're all, I think she's been the oldest one so far because her brother and then her parents got married like really young. I think they were like 18 or 19 when they got married. Like
Why'd they
super
get married
young.
so young?
I don't know. That's They lasted so long, though.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. So, yeah, beautiful ceremony, what it looks like, and just very, like, homey, but very elegant. It's Willie. There we go. Willie Robertson's the dad, and he's, he walked her down the aisle, and then the mom was there, too. She looked really beautiful in her dress. They all just look beautiful. They're all just beautiful. Like, I just love staring at their pictures. They're all just beautiful
Kathy,
people.
do you like beards? Because those dudes are very...
See, my thing with facial hair on a guy, it just has to look a certain way. It has to look attractive, not messy.
Yeah.
That's the only thing. If it's, like, too much, it's not okay. And it has to actually look, like, fit the person.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. No, if you guys saw the show, okay...
No, those beards were too much for me. I could not.
But they would groom them. Like, they did a very good job of, like, keeping up with their beard.
But that's just too much beard.
Well, that's what they're known for. But it's so funny because one of the sons, John Luke, like, he was trying to grow a beard, but he cannot grow a beard. So he's not growing a beard no more. Yeah, it's a beautiful wedding. I'm very excited for her. Good for her.
Nice.
I like them a lot. I really do, genuinely.
Good.
No sarcasm.
I have never seen that show, but I'm not, like, attracted to that show. It's, like, not the first thing I'd watch. I'd watch, like, The Housewives, because there's, like, drama up in there.
There's always drama in the
There's always drama in The Housewives.
Love it.
One of my friends texted me and was like, I don't like Vicky Gunvalson from the OC.
She's the best.
She was like, she is the worst personality. She's like, but she's a boss bitch. Like, in her profession, she knows what's up. And I was like, you can't hate on the OG from the OC. I was like, you just can't.
No.
OG from the OC.
What other
That's all I got.
Do you have any other articles?
No.
Oh, don't we have one thing about something? It's the holiday season. That's why we have Kathy here. Number one. Number two, it can be lonely. It can be lonely for a lot of us, including obviously myself. Obviously Emma. I'm not sure if
so lonely.
I'm not sure
Kathy,
but
I'm single. I understand loneliness.
Yeah.
It's what it is.
Especially for the holidays, you know what I'm saying? Like, so Match.com.
I'm typically cynical, but like I get more cynical around the holidays.
You are just cynical in general.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
I get like more cynical because I'm just like, everybody that gets engaged in this period is just tacky.
That's true, though. They are tacky. It's the holidays. Leave it alone.
Is Emma.
Don't
like,
get engaged,
This is
please.
Emma during the holidays. She's like, it's like a fucking tornado up in here.
Mm-hmm.
Why am I single?
It's
I need
actually
to find
the
a man.
opposite.
What is it then?
I don't like dating around the holidays.
Oh, okay.
Why not? I feel like that's really cute. But just don't get engaged. Like, no.
Just don't get engaged. Yeah.
You should date, but not get engaged.
I don't see. I'm really weird about the holidays. I'm just like, if I'm gonna be single, just let me be single. Damn it. All right.
Okay, so it's turkey season, and
I really hate that turkey so much. Can I hurry up and just shoot it and eat
so
it?
Kathy, are you on Match.com?
I'm actually not.
Oh, why not?
What are you on?
I'm on Bumble. I'm on Hinge. Tinder, obviously. Is there a different? I think that's the only three I have right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So what Match.com is offering people who are single today is a place where you can get some advice, and it's a hotline. It's like hotline bling up in here, which is kind of cool because, you know, if some people need people to talk to, and if I'm lonely,
holiday hotline.
I don't want to call you because you're gonna fucking shit on my parade, Mrs. Cynical.
How?
I bet these people would be very nice to me, and they would be like, "It's okay, you'll be fine."
I do Emma, that to you.
Did you just hear that? Did you just hear yourself?
But you're gonna talk to a stranger about how you're lonely and sitting in your bed
Well,
alone?
no one, because they're a stranger. They don't know me. I can be vulnerable. I can cry.
Don't you have a therapist?
I do have many.
Go see your therapist.
I do have lots of them.
Exactly. Why would I call someone like completely on the phone?
I think is it the anonymity, like being anonymous? Is that like you think that's what drives it?
It's like I'm wearing a mask, like and talking at the same time.
You should wear a mask every single day.
Okay, so they have a thing called a hotline support line, and what you have to do is just call this number, and you'll talk to somebody, right? Right, Emma?
Yes.
Okay.
Are we giving the number out?
Sure, but I think we're all lonely since we're all single right now. And I think we should all give this
So like
this
a gray area.
let's give this place a call. You
Good
guys
Lord.
down for that? Kathy, you want to try that?
Let's try it.
Okay, let's see what we can get from this.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
Happy holidays! Thanks for calling the Match Holiday Hotline.
Your call may be recorded or monitored for
Quality and training purposes. Our hot holiday tips will be general in nature, as you are the best judge of what works for you. Match is not liable for any claim arising out of your interaction with the Holiday Hotline. Please
Still going.
stay on the line.
my
And an
gosh.
expert will be
It's a
with you.
long introduction or whatever that
Are they
is.
doing this to like keep sad people happy?
Hush. Do you think it's gonna be someone from like a different country?
I don't know.
Well, let's hope not.
Hey there, thank you for calling Match's Holiday Hotline. My name is Robert, and I'm going to be your very own date coach. Who I have the pleasure of chatting with today?
Hey, Robert. My name is Zorric. How are you?
Well, I'm doing great. How about yourself?
I'm doing awesome. Sort of.
Okay, well, that's great. Okay, sort of. All right. Well, yeah, go ahead. Before we, let's just dive right into this complimentary 15-minute date coach call, and go ahead and let me know, what are some of these questions you got for me?
It's just, it's the holiday season, and I'm laughing because this is funny that I'm calling you. But I've been single for about 6 weeks. And it's the holiday season, and typically, I like to be with somebody and spoon at night, but I can't because I'm single. So, I just have to relegate myself to like masturbation or something. It's kind of crazy, but I don't know. So yeah, I'm just like in a funk. So what do I do?
Okay, so just kind of like, trying to come up some good tips when it comes to, reaching out, trying to, find people like online and stuff, trying to kind of get some dates and stuff going, things like that.
Yeah, like how do I find that person? Because I don't know, I've been off and on relationships, and it's just difficult to find my person, and it's just so hard.
Okay, so what do you normally try to, what are the normal methods when it comes to reaching out? Do you do online dating? Are you mainly focused in kind of that, person-to-person real-life connection? What do you feel most comfortable when it comes to reaching out to find people?
I don't know. I think most recently strip clubs, but that didn't work out because I spent too much money. So yeah, now it's just bars and, friends of friends. And, I've tried to approach women at like Target, but I always get shot down, so I don't know.
Okay. Well, what's kind of like your go-to kind of line when you see someone like, let's say you're walking down, see someone at Target, what do you kind of normally focus on when it comes to, jumping into a conversation?
Well, obviously, I just try to look at their boobs or their butt. But okay, I'm kidding. Physical attraction, right? So I need to make sure that I like them, right? And then I'm attracted, and then if she's in an aisle that I share a common interest with, like, I don't know, shampoo or something, like I just try to talk about shampoo. And sometimes they walk away, sometimes they talk to me, but other times they just kind of, I don't know, they talk, and then I get a number, and they never respond to me after that, so.
Okay. So, you do feel comfortable when it comes to reaching out. It's just about sometimes maintaining that sort of conversation or kind of getting that sort of, phone call after the initial reach out, right?
Yeah, and it really hurts because, once you get rejected, man, it's just terrible. Like, then I'm just back to my same funk and have to masturbate even more, so.
Hey, look, I get it can be, frustrating when you're not getting those, no one likes rejection. No one out here is going to say, hey, rejection is something, that you enjoy. I normally recommend when it comes down to just trying to find a good sort of connection when it comes down to kind of reaching out and get those sort of, authentic interests. I think you can do that anywhere. I do think that you can do it, at Target if you wanted to reach out, strike up a conversation. And then, I also definitely think that, there's like online dating stuff. There's all these other options you can explore. If you're more interested in that kind of real life approach, what I normally recommend to be is relatively casual when you're reaching out, in that kind of real life sort of aspect. So if you do see someone that you are interested in and, they are at that kind of target, I normally recommend trying to just strike up a quick sort of conversation. I do recommend being kind of casual. And sometimes I find it can kind of help if you feel like you're getting shot down a lot. Sometimes I think it's helpful to just approach these sort of situation as just sort of a practice at striking up a healthy sort of conversation.
Okay, so let's say
rather than going.
So let's say
go for it.
I see you in the aisle, and you're just shopping, and like what do I said? Hey, like just how are you? How are you doing? Is that kind of how I do it, or?
What I normally recommend, I think it is a nice thing to do to start it off as a compliment. I think that's kind of an easy way to approach. But I do recommend a different type of compliment than normal. Most people will go straight towards the looks just because, humans are visual creatures. So we may say something like, hey, you have beautiful eyes, or hey, you have a nice smile. And it's not necessarily that those are bad things to say, but a lot of the time when they're just kind of minding their own business, when they're just kind of doing their own thing, if they do have a nice, smile, if they do have nice eyes, they tend to get that a lot. And that doesn't always lead to a good conversation. There's not a lot to jump off of. The conversation would be like, hey, you have a nice smile. And they'd say something like, oh, thanks. And then boom, it's over, right? So what I recommend to do instead is to try to compliment something that the woman has control over, looking for things like
her
maybe
clothing.
she has a fun...
Like her
clothing. Like she
clothing.
has like a fun band T-shirt, or if it is like an interesting outfit, like interesting earrings, something like that. Maybe just like a fun bag, or just something that kind of shows off something that the woman has control over. Because when you focus on these sort of aspects, you're kind of showing that you have interest in more than just the sort of physical appearance. You have more interest in something that she has control over, which is sort of like her personality.
So if I'm like, hey, I love your bag, it's so nice, like, and then we start talking about Gucci and all that stuff.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, if you say something like, hey, you got a Gucci bag, I love Gucci. What are some of like your favorite brands to go, or like something like that, right? Just keeping it casual and just having a fun sort of thing. I find practicing that, I actually recommend, some people, they just want to go straight into getting that asked. I actually recommend to practice a little bit on just striking up the initial conversation and making sure that is casual before you go for the ask. Because I find once you feel confident, like, hey, I've been able to keep up these conversations, I'm getting like genuine laughs rather than the polite ones, you can kind of tell there's more of that sort of interest, then that's when I recommend trying to practice a little bit more when it comes down to just, throwing in a quick little ask.
So can we like role play? Can I try a question on you, or like how, because I want to, I don't know, critique something about, I don't know, can we try this, or is that okay?
If you want to maybe just try like asking a quick little question, and I can kind of tell you if that kind of fits what we're going through, you can if you'd like.
Okay, so if I say something like, hey, what's your name?
Okay, that's a good start, but I'd be like, Robert.
Robert. Okay. Robert, I like your scarf.
Mm-hmm. Okay. What I would probably recommend, instead of just going for like a straight compliment, I do recommend that, but maybe try to ask a question.
Okay. Hey, Robert, so I like your scarf. Did you get it at H&M?
Okay, yeah, there you go. That's a good one. I would definitely recommend something along those lines.
Okay.
That opens it up. That opens up the conversation. And I find compliments are a great way to kind of show that if you stay with something that they can control, it is a good way to show that you have an authentic interest, and then that question is what's going to open up the dialogue. Sometimes if you just leave it at the compliment, they may just say thanks and it ends. So asking that question is what I may recommend to kind of open it up a little bit, and then try to strike up a conversation.
Okay.
What I would recommend is to keep it, again, sort of casual. I would recommend just talking for a little bit and then just kind of moving on. Like, you have some place to go. If you want to maybe now try practicing like grabbing a number or something, you can. But for the first few days, especially during the holidays, I think this is a good time to just focus on practicing striking up the conversation before going for the ask, just because everyone is kind of busy during the holidays. Mm-hmm. But if you do decide to go for the kind of ask, I recommend, again, keeping it relatively casual, just saying something like, hey, hey, I really enjoyed chatting with you. Hey, if you ever want to chat again, here's my number, or something like that, right?
Can I ask for like their Facebook or something, or Instagram? Is that okay?
Kind of depends on the sort of, person or sort of interaction where you feel like the conversation is going for. If you wanted to, I do think Instagram is sort of casual. If you're more comfortable with DMing and that sort of interaction, you can. I think numbers are good, but I do think that in certain aspects, social media handles are a little bit more casual, and you may be able to strike it up just because it's not as much commitment. So it could be, you could definitely ask something simple like that.
Okay. Yeah, that's a lot of great advice you give me. I mean, does this does this work in your personal life? I mean, what kind of experience do you have with these,
Okay,
situations?
so for me personally, I am in a committed relationship, so I would say it worked out pretty well.
Oh, okay.
But, yeah, so currently I am in a committed relationship.
Okay, how did you meet your partner?
So I met my partner online.
Oh,
I met
okay.
her online, struck up some conversations, and then we've been together for a while now.
Was it Match or was it Tinder or Bumble? That's the question.
It was online. I can't go into too many specifics, unfortunately. But I did meet them online, and it was a good sort of conversation that we struck up. And we've been pretty happy. It's been pretty good.
Okay, how long has it been?
Again, kind of I can't quite go into too many details, but it has been a little bit over a year.
That's good. Okay.
All right.
I think
Do you have any other
Yeah,
questions?
I took a lot of
Feel good.
notes, and I feel a lot better now. I feel like I can go out and ask people questions at Target or the bar. Do you think it's okay?
definitely.
Should I? Okay, I think I'm good. So.
Okay. What I will say, so a part of this kind of holiday hotline thing that we are offering, Match is actually also offering everyone who calls in.
Okay, all right, guys, I'm done. That was so long. I could not hang in there. Oh my
He was trying
gosh.
to sell you the Match app.
Oh,
That's what he was trying to do.
I got up so quick, but
Wow.
wow, you should call next. You should call next.
I don't know.
Heck no.
That went
don't
way too
think
long.
so.
We're gonna cut like half of that or most of that because
Okay.
I think the first part I was kind of going. Then I started giggling, and then it just kind of fell apart. And he started talking, and that was it.
Yep.
It's totally a upsell.
Yeah.
For sure.
So, yeah, they're selling something, assholes.
And he wouldn't even say if he and his significant other met on Match or not, so I'm guessing it wasn't Match.
Right, because wouldn't it be like if he had gone on Match, it'd be like blah, blah, blah.
Exactly.
We should write a competing article that says Match is offering this, but they're also selling like a year, whatever it is.
I don't know if he provided so much advice. I don't know.
I don't know if I was the best person to call in any way.
No, you were not. However, I did get some good stuff. Like he apparently good stuff in the sense that this was stuff that was making me laugh. Mm-hmm. So you have to compliment different than normal. And by normal, you have to stay away from the physical. And you have to focus on stuff they can control. Like their outfits, their earrings, or their bags.
Do you think it's okay for me to hit on a woman and talk about her bag?
No, because I'm gonna think that you are not interested in me and that you
That
are
I really
just,
want a bag. I really
that
want
you
a
just
bag.
want a bag.
Yeah.
Or that you're not interested in women.
Right.
Yeah, right.
I'm gonna think that you're gay and you're just like really just loving my bag.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be like, oh, this guy. The moment that I think a guy is gay, he's in my safe zone. Yeah. You're in my safe zone.
Exactly.
So when you're in my safe zone, I'm not gonna think. No, I'm no longer gonna be attracted to you.
We're gonna be friends only. That's just
Right. Because I know that you're no longer attracted to me. Therefore, you're no longer a threat.
Exactly. So
So do not compliment on the fun bag. Or the shoes.
or the earrings, because if you know what brand they are,
Exactly.
it's.
I wanted him to
no
role
go.
play with me. He was like, well,
He
you
would
could
not.
ask questions. I'm like, well, I want
if somebody's got that Gucci belt, don't compliment that Gucci belt. Because you know who Gucci is. You know that Gucci made that belt.
Exactly.
Again,
Can I-
safe zone.
Can I compliment that pink wine T-shirt?
It's not a pink
Well,
wine.
if it was pink.
It's a Game of Thrones wine walker wordplay.
But if she was wearing a pink wine shirt, or you were, and I said, "Oh my gosh, that's a beautiful wine T-shirt."
if you called it beautiful, I'd be like, okay,
Okay.
all right, weirdo.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh. Okay, that was kind of fun. He just kept blabbing. He started like trying to take control because I think
Yeah.
I was like in show mode, and all of a sudden he just started like talking.
You have to be casual. So you have to talk a little bit and then move on.
We should call this like every day. It's probably the same person.
Oh my god! It's just one person
just
doing
one
all
person.
the calls.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about this. Like, I get that it's helpful, like, if you're having, like, an issue. Like, in the moment, if you're down and just want, like, a little, like, just pep. It could be helpful.
I don't see it being helpful whatsoever.
I was trying to just give it the benefit of the doubt.
I think what we should have done.
Just
I think Emma and we should have been on the phone together, and we should have been like
a couple fighting.
So me and my wife Emma, we want to know the best sexual position.
Hell no!
Oh my god, that would have been hilarious.
That would have been so funny.
Well, this is only available until December 9th. From noon to 7 p.m. Central.
We got a
during weekends.
We'll do it next week too. Every week until the.
So apparently these people are relationship and dating expert on weekdays because they apparently take weekends off.
Must be nice.
But then they're not available Thanksgiving Day.
Why not? Assholes.
Because it's a holiday.
Oh my god.
So they're not available on Christmas?
No, because they're done December 9th.
Oh.
So it's only for those people that don't want to be single for
Thanksgiving?
For probably for New Year's. You know? Because I don't know. There's like a Spanish like thing or saying or superstition, I guess, that's like you start the year the way that you end it.
Really?
Uh-huh. So like some people are like you have to have like money in your pocket and like we eat the grapes for like the wishes. So that's why like we all like my sister and I were always like no matter like we've had New Year's when we're with friends and we're like no, this is not fun. So we're always with family because it's like family is important and so you want to start the New Year the way you end it with family. So.
Okay. All right.
Superstition.
Enough of that.
Okay.
Enough of this article because he told me to like compliment her bag.
And he was just like, don't get her, Instagram or whatever. He like shot that down real quick.
He's like, if it works for you, basically.
Yeah.
Which is the answer that I give.
I'm like, I wouldn't give a phone number to a random stranger though. I would rather.
It depends on it depends on the conversation. If you guys were jamming and jiving, if he was hot, man, you guys would probably. Like Emma would freaking cream in her pants and give her number.
Can we use a different analogy?
Okay, I have a question
you're the worst.
Question for Kathy.
Mm-hmm.
So, going on a date with a nice guy.
Okay.
I met through work a week ago. He had heart issues earlier in the year and sold his car because he wouldn't be driving for several months. He says he's getting around to another car, or he's getting around to buy another car soon. But currently doesn't have one. He's asking me to pick him up on the way to the restaurant tonight on our first date. It's not sitting right with me. Should he offer to meet me there? An Uber or something? We've spoken every day for the last week by phone and seem to really hit it off. But I don't know. Looking for opinions. What do you think? So to recap, the guy had heart issues. Sold his car maybe for like medical bills. Now he has no car. He's going to buy one soon, but they're about to go on a first date, and she's saying, should he just meet me there via Uber? Because me picking this guy up is kind of weird. So what's your thoughts on that?
For me, since it's a first date, they've only been talking a week. She really doesn't know him like 100%. I honestly would not pick him up. I'd be like, meet me there, because if the date goes wrong, she can bounce. And she doesn't have to drop him off or anything like that, because you don't know how the first date's going to go. You really don't.
What if he like has a heart attack in her car? She's fucked.
Is it okay? Was it really a heart surgery or was it a DWI? Here's the thing: we don't know. I think it's a little fishy. Like if it's a true like heart condition, I will. Okay, I'm sorry. Uber. Take an Uber.
Uber.
Take a Lyft.
Carpool a friend. I don't know, but it's the first date.
Hold on.
Impressions count.
What if I want a first date with one of you guys, and I said my buddy dropped me off?
That's fine.
You sure? You're gonna be like, no, this guy's fucking cheap. Fuck this guy.
I mean, as long as I don't know.
Yeah.
So did I tell y'all? I think I told you. I might have told the story before. I dated this dude after a year. I went on a one day with this dude after a year of us like talking like on and off, because he would never like set a date, and so it's the weirdest thing. But basically, I gave him the benefit of the doubt, and I was like, sure, because I need to try new things. I was like, fine, I'll try new. I'll have an open mind. Blah blah blah. This is why I hate having an open mind sometimes. So then we get to the date. And he tells me that he's been wishy-washy the past year because he was going through a DWI, and every single time he had to go in the car, he had to do the breathalyzer stuff, and he had just gone off, so that's why he could finally ask me out on a date. And I was just like, bye.
I was gonna say goodbye. And don't talk again.
Number blocked.
Blocked. Delete,
Facebook blocked.
forgotten.
Delete. No, does not exist.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, no.
Never
It's
again.
if it's a true medical thing, okay, I'm so sorry. But just take like a Lyft or an Uber there.
I think there's too much story. I think
There's stuff missing.
I think there's some FBI book I read where if like someone's lying, they put too many details in there.
Exactly.
So I think as a dude, I would have just like not even talked about it and just taken an Uber and said fuck it. Because I think he's trying to get some sympathy, maybe.
Sympathy, sex.
Excuses, regardless. Take a Lyft, Uber.
Yeah.
Do not ask for a ride on the first date. Just don't.
Of any kind.
Okay.
Exactly. Of
Okay.
any kind.
Moving on. One more question. Quick one. What's something that someone said to you that took your breath away?
Gross.
I'll go first. I was cuddling with this guy.
Good Lord. Where is this going?
I don't know.
I was cuddling with this guy I'm seeing, and I jokingly said, "You make me feel so pretty." Then he goes, "You make me feel wanted." I almost died. Nobody has ever said that to me. It made my week.
I can't.
So what's
so
something
cringy.
that, Kathy, someone said to you in the past that took your fucking breath away? That you're like, oh my gosh, this guy's so perfect.
See, for me, nothing really comes to mind. Like, I can't think of anything that anyone's told me that.
Come on.
I can't. Like, nothing really comes to mind at all. Like, I guess these guys are
I
just
miss
losers.
you. I wanna see you again.
That doesn't really.
You make
take
you
my
make me
breath
smile.
away, though. Like
You have a beautiful bag.
a bag. Please don't compliment the bag.
Nothing that someone has like sweet talked to you and said,
I mean,
oh, you smell so
is
ravishing
sweet
today.
Talking, but
Ew.
nothing that's like, oh my god, no,
No,
nothing.
maybe
Nothing
you're
comes
not
to
like a
mind.
words person. She's not a words of affirmation.
I'm more of like an affectionate person, not like verbally. Like
I'm
you have to show me
yeah.
through
She's-
actions.
You're more of like
I'm
this
a
kind
words of
person.
affirmation girl, and I
can
don't
be-
think anything
yeah.
has ever taken my breath away.
I agree.
Like, unless they were like, hey, do you want me to unload the dishwasher? Like, maybe that'll, like, take my breath away.
Ew.
I'm, like, surprised that somebody wants to do, like, manual labor.
Exactly.
So, what's something that took your breath away, Emma? Ready, go. Asking you a question. What's something that
Nothing.
someone said?
See, I'm not the only one.
Not romantically.
Nothing else. Like
That's, like, that thing is so cringy to me. Like, it's so, like, bleh.
Like in the moment, I think a guy can say the right thing to a woman and make them feel special.
Well, I guess.
Right,
No,
guys?
because my brain automatically goes, this is a line. UMF.
Of
This is
course
a
it's-
line.
Of course, it's a line. Of
Cynical
course it
brain.
is. But it's fine. We're trying to say something sweet to you guys, but you guys don't want to accept.
Maybe just not the right guy has said anything.
Oh,
Maybe that's
see?
what it is.
If it was Jason Momoa and he said, "You have some hairy nips," you would still say, you would still be, you would still be like,
Why? Please leave my body alone.
you would still be like, "Oh my gosh, he's so sexy." He said my nipples were hairy, but it doesn't matter. He's so hot. Can I
No,
have
I'm
some-
not going to give it to you
can I-
now.
Can I have some wine?
No. No wine for you.
She's punishing you.
Okay. That's all I got as far as questions.
I didn't like any of them. They were both dumb.
Okay. I'm
People,
good.
get it together. I get it. It's the holidays. I get it. There's commercials of engagement rings and stuff. And I get that, you know, everybody wants to be like booed up because it's cuffing season or whatever. But you got to remember, just because it's cuffing season does not mean it's right for you.
Exactly.
Amen.
Don't just settle for
I got one more.
Oh,
warm body.
One more quick one.
Exactly. You know who is a warm body? Go get a heating pad from CVS or Walgreens, okay? Lay on that. That's warm enough.
Okay, so I'm 30 years old. I'm female. Finally met a seriously amazing guy. He's 33 and male, Emma. 33 and male.
Okay.
that I am seriously and happily falling for. We met on Bumble, Kathy's favorite app.
Not my
favorite. Back in May, and he has been consistently amazing ever since. He is thoughtful, charming, funny, attractive, blah, blah, blah. We have an insane amount in common, blah, blah, blah. We can be together, but don't need to be attached to the hip. Okay, tell me other things. And, okay, I write all of this because I'm completely in love. So in love with this guy. And
He's married with a baby.
No, I can't find the words to say it. Partially because I feel the timing is off. We've been drinking. It's just after we had sex, obviously. What is it called? The serotonin and all that bullshit? It would ruin the night if he didn't feel the same way. So if like you just had sex with somebody, Kathy, and you said I love you, and he said I gotta go home.
My thing with the 3 words, I don't say it first.
See?
I don't say it first.
1,
I will hold
4,
it back.
3. Yeah. See, I'm telling you.
So you would
as
say
women,
numbers.
we are trained to not say it first.
Because that makes me vulnerable. And
Exactly.
I'm not, I have
fuck
guards
that.
up for a reason.
You can just say it.
No,
I love you,
I'm not
Zorric.
getting hurt.
That's fine.
Oh, gross.
I'm not going to look like a fool at the end of the night. It's not going to happen.
Oh my gosh.
No,
Okay.
if you're having sex, don't say I love you. Because it's all about lust in that moment. It's all about just the carnal, like, instinct. Don't say it after you've had sex. PSA.
So she's saying what you guys are saying. She wants him to say it first. Obviously, you guys always want that. But she says she feels like a silly teenage girl right now and needs a pep talk on how to tell him I love him without just screaming it at him randomly. But why would you even do that?
I mean, so if she wants to do it in a very indirectly way, I mean, she can comment on something that, like, she appreciates about him, I guess, and she can be like, I love when you do blah, 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 or I love this so much, and she can do it very indirectly if she really feels like she wants to say it.
But if she wants to find out, I feel like she needs to have a conversation with her man.
Yes, and not do it after having sex.
No,
Don't
it has to be
no.
over dinner, no drinks. Like,
Right.
it has to be like a serious conversation.
Yes. Yes. If she really means it, she can say it
Okay.
without the liquid courage.
Exactly.
So would saying I love you to you guys be like a sweet thing that would take your breath away?
No.
I feel like it would just solidify the relationship for me. It's not like gonna take my breath away. It's more of like, oh, this is like for real. We're gonna we're exclusively together. I love you, you love me. Our feelings are, on the same page.
You guys are like fucking cavemen.
You know what will take
We are
my
not
breath away?
cavemen.
You know what will take my breath away?
What?
When he proposes to me and the freaking,
I was
like
about to say the same way.
in Rome or at Disney World.
Okay, maybe not this world.
Putting it out there.
Paris?
So
Paris, yeah,
so
Paris is on my list.
for the
too.
guys out there, Emma and
Kathy?
Kathy, don't tell them you love them because they don't
No,
care.
tell me
They
you
don't-
love
They don't
me.
appreciate that.
But it's just no, we're not saying that.
No, you are. Yeah, you are.
No, we're not.
Yeah, you are.
We appreciate honesty. First of all, if you love me, tell me, and I'll tell you that I love you back. If I love you.
What if you
but-
don't love him? What are you gonna say?
Then I will say I appreciate everything about you.
Or, I mean, if we're like together and we're working on a relationship, then I would be like, well, my feelings aren't there yet, but we'll work on it or something like that.
That's much better than Emma's answer.
I
Fucking
care
way
so
better.
much about the things that you do to solidify this relationship.
That's so
There
boring.
you go. But I mean, if I don't love him and he's just saying that to get in my pants, then I'm out the room. Bye.
You don't say that. You say that. You don't say that to get in someone's pants.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, you do.
No, you don't. No.
You sure?
I'm sure. Because, what I would do, this is how I would do it.
Good Lord.
I would take
Goodness.
you guys by the fireplace.
Oh, really?
I would turn
The
on.
fireplace.
A fireplace that you just put
Wait,
like
calm-
a burning log on it,
calm
or
your
like
Harry.
a real.
Huh?
Or a real fire of like the wood that you chopped in the
There
woods.
is a real fire that
of the wood that you chopped by yourself.
I just came back into the cabin that I rented for $10,000 a night.
Okay,
Why
I'll
does
allow
the
it
price have to be out there like that?
because it's for me.
Because it's for Emma. And
Because I'm very materialistic.
Oh, okay.
I do not deny it.
and I walk into the cabin and Emma's watching Hannah Montana.
Yes, because that's what I was making him watch earlier, and he was like, "Turn this crap off," and I was like, "No."
And she's knitting a sweater.
Yes.
For her whore. Kidding. For her whore. And I walk to the cabin. I take off my parka, and there's nothing on. And I say, Emma, I love you. Would that work?
Can I make it Channing Tatum instead?
George Clooney. Because I feel like I'm George Clooney.
Oh, okay. I don't know where he gets that.
I've been told.
Oh.
Yes.
But who?
I can't
His
tell you.
mom. His mom told him.
Obviously. Okay. So anyway, so saying I love you is very important to Emma. It's just, it can't be a gimmick.
No, it
For
can't be a
either
gimmick.
of you guys.
No, if you're about to pull like a magic mic, like I love you is the last thing I want to hear. I need Pony by Genuine if you're going to try and pull a magic mic.
Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. So Kathy is here, not to just hang, but we're here to learn from Kathy.
Yes.
Number one is, Kathy, are you from the great city of Dallas, or are you from somewhere else?
I'm actually from Fort Worth. I was born and raised in Fort Worth. Don't live there. It's so boring.
Do you like Fort Worth men?
I've dated a couple of Fort Worth men. They're not the best. I prefer Dallas.
I picture a Fort Worth man as like a burly guy that rides cattle.
Depends on which side of Fort Worth you're on.
Okay. So you were born and raised in Fort Worth. You moved here eventually, right? Which is like, for the people that don't live in Texas, we are about an hour-ish from Fort Worth.
Depends on traffic.
Depends on traffic. 45 minutes on a good day.
So we're not too far from Fort Worth, so it's like not too crazy far away. So you moved here, and then you with your family, or you
moved in with my roommate. We decided to move in together.
Was it a guy?
No. She's awesome. She was my coworker at one point. She's really good friends with me now. Like, we talk about all things. Like, she knows a lot about me that she.
We should have had her on the show.
Just joking.
Do you know her? Do you know her or no?
Yeah, she does.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
okay.
You do.
Who is it?
Monica.
It rhymes. Oh.
You do know Monica.
Oh, okay.
She used to work at Northeast.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Skinny Monica.
Yeah.
Like tiny Monica.
I know.
Well, she's not skinny, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got it.
So, okay. So you say you don't like Fort Worth guys.
I don't.
So that means you've had some great dates with Dallas men.
I have, actually.
Probably classy men. Oh. What?
I mean, not classy, but I mean, yeah, some classy, some casual, a lot of coffee dates.
A lot of no dinner dates where they take you to like this jazz lounge with a piano player.
No, not yet.
Okay, it'll happen because most of us guys take you out to dinner. Dallas guys, I think. It depends how old you are.
I think Zorric's his own kind of like Dallas
genre?
Bachelor. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a compliment.
Oh, why thank you.
But yeah, no, I prefer Dallas over Fort Worth for sure.
So what does it describe a good date? Like, for example, what is a date you've had recently where it just was amazing? He may not have said I love you.
No, don't say I love you on the first date. That's not gonna happen unless we've been talking for like maybe 5 months.
5 months, guys. Listen to this, guys. 5 months. And then you can say
it depends. It's all.
What's too soon then? What's too soon?
A week.
A week.
Okay.
2 days.
After
A
sex?
month.
After like sex?
I mean, you're not gonna get sex on the first date.
Mm-mm.
No.
All right, man.
Not that it's not, never mind. I'm not going to say anything.
It's not that it's not important, but I'm just not gonna give it
I think
too
Emma,
easily.
if the right man and Kathy came along and he swept you off your feet.
See, if I had sex on the first date, I already knew that's not the guy I'm gonna have a relationship with. It's
Why do you
just
say
a one
that?
night thing. Because it's all
What if
about
it-
physicality at that point.
What if it was like the best? It was like earth shattering. The best you've ever had in your life.
Then I guess that's becoming my new booty buddy.
Exactly, I was about to say that's gonna be my friend from now on.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
I get a boyfriend.
Okay, so good dates. What is describe the good date? So
I mean, a good dinner date is always ideal. Honestly, for me, like, to be attractive in my eyes is just you have to be able to make me laugh. If we have good conversation, we're laughing, I'm getting to know you, that's the best date that could ever be.
So why on Bumble profiles they're always like, I want him to like make me laugh. I want him to have a sense of humor. Sarcasm is my second language. what is it? For the guys that are aloof and don't know shit, what does that mean? And should we be your freaking like entertainment?
It's not about entertainment. I feel like it's more about like you need to be able to hold a conversation first and foremost. I mean, just not make the date like bland or anything. You got to be able to keep a conversation going. It can't just be me talking and me laughing. We have to actually be on the same page and like, you know, actually getting to know each other. And I feel like if I'm laughing, then I'm enjoying your time, and your personality is good at that point to me, and that's attractive. So
what if we're talking and there's a fire? Obviously, every scenario there's a fire.
why is there always a
There's
fire?
always a fire.
Because Zorric's a pyromaniac.
Yeah. Fire. And all of a sudden it's just, we're talking for like 10 minutes, 20 minutes, and then all of a sudden it's silence.
Awkward silence or just silence?
Is it
Just
awkward?
like a lull.
Is it awkward?
Is it awkward?
Oh,
Is that okay?
I don't know. I mean, there has to be some more questions keeping the conversation going. I don't like awkward silence at all. Like,
The silence have to be awkward though.
What if he grabs your hand and says,
Oh, gross.
then I'm leaving. Then that's okay. Then no. I would.
Is that what you're doing on your dates right now?
Maybe.
Or are you like testing new material out for these poor women that are going
maybe
on
I am.
dates with you?
Maybe I'm getting some research from you guys.
Oh,
goodness.
really? Don't do that.
I love your bag. Ooh.
That's I get enough of that from my cat. Like I don't need any.
Okay, so what is some bad experiences that you have? Just like give us like one good or two, or let's start with one. Let's do it.
A bad one? A
Yeah.
bad
So
date
so
or
a bad date.
Okay.
So
bad date.
explain. Let's set the stage for the audience. Like, where are you? Like, what time is it?
How did you meet this person?
Okay, so well, technically it wasn't really a date because we never went on it. See, I don't like being stood up. That's the thing. This is actually pretty recent. So this guy, I've been talking to him for a couple weeks, and you know he's really attractive. Like our conversations are great, and then we were gonna hang out because it's his birthday week.
Oh.
So I was just like, oh, you know, let's hang out or like go to the movies.
Okay.
Don't make that face.
Hang out, go to the movies.
Yeah, but then he was gonna go to dinner for his friend's birthday before our date, and so he ended up going, and he was just like, "Oh, I'll let you know when I'm out of the dinner." Or whatever. And I was like, "Okay, I'll be waiting. I'll be at home." Or he was gonna pick me up. This is the thing.
Ooh.
Ended up being like an hour after, and no messages, nothing. And I was just like, "What's going on?" So I actually checked his Snapchat.
Mm-hmm.
And he's drinking. He's having a good time with his friends. I'm like, oh, okay. So I messaged him, nothing. And I'm like, okay, maybe he's just drunk. And then I'm just like, it's been 3 hours at this point. I'm just going to go home to my parents in Fort Worth. And I live in Irving. So I'm just like, no, he's not okay. You don't stand me up, make me look like a fool. So I was just like not having it. And then he ends up texting me at midnight. And he was just like,
I know what he wants.
no, he was just like, oh, I just walked out of the bar. Are you still up? And I was like, excuse me?
Oh my gosh.
And he was like, yeah, let's meet up. And I was like, no, it's like 1 o'clock in the morning, sir. You need to go home. You're intoxicated. Bye.
Oh.
Yeah, it was one of those. And then my best friend, she was just like, don't ever talk to him again. He's not worth it. And I was like, he's so cute though.
See, there's a theory called 9 or nothing. It's either he's hot or he's not. Go for the hot ones.
He's hot, but I don't know about his priorities.
But it's your 9. Your 9 would includes like how he looks and like his personality. So maybe he wasn't that 9 you're looking for.
No, not right now.
What would you? So if you scheduled a date before your best friend's birthday dinner. First of all, would you have scheduled a date before your best friend's dinner or after your best friend's dinner?
No, I wouldn't because I just worry too much, and I like to plan shit out because I'm almost 40 years old. Yeah, choke on that wine. She's like, oh, he's 40. I saw that.
He's an old man.
Hey, at least you don't look old.
Yeah, thank you very much. No, but I would not because I believe that, and this is men out there, which is like 5% of our listeners. Men out there, you should make her a priority. Like if you're gonna have a date with her, like because it could go great, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh my gosh, I gotta go, and then it's like, but it's good too because it kind of like sets the stage for the next time, the next date. So
typically I wouldn't have said yes to the date because I knew he was gonna go with his friends. But I was just like, oh, his birthday's coming up. I'll just, make the time because I'm pretty busy with work and everything. So it was my only day off. And so I was just like, yeah, if you can make the time, then yeah, let's hang out. But that didn't work out the way I wanted it to. So, yeah,
not a priority.
So where did you meet this person? Bumble or?
I actually met him off of Hinge, which is, I like the layout of Hinge better than Tinder and Bumble, in my opinion.
Yeah, because it makes you... well, you don't have to like send messages, but it promotes conversation. So Emma, like, what's one of your worst dates? Go ahead.
You have a lot.
Yeah.
I just shared one.
Oh, no good dates recently. So Emma is recently on all the apps.
All of them.
All of them? All of the above?
So here's the problem. So I took her account and I made an account for her. And like dudes like matching left and right. I'm like, shit. I'm like handling like 10 conversations. And I gave up because Emma is apparently a hot commodity because I just could not keep up with these people.
And yet when I went on there, I was like, delete, not my type,
No
not
way.
my type, not my type.
But still.
And then I had 0 conversations.
You guys... Okay.
What is your type? Oh my god.
I'm very particular.
Really?
No, she's not.
Yes, I am.
She's like any dude with muscles. That's it.
That's it?
That's it. Yeah.
Name another dude besides Jason Momoa that I love that has just muscles.
Muscles.
Name another celebrity.
Celebrity.
Chris Hemsworth?
There you go. Bam.
Not you. You.
No, I agree with you.
Nope. Pick
I
another
agree.
one.
So I really don't like check out dudes, so I don't know. I don't know if anyways. Okay. So Kathy. When you're on
And I'm more of a Liam Hemsworth girl, just FYI.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So Kathy, when you're on these like Hinge or whatever, like what are some things that you want a guy to say as he's like messaging you? Like what are some talking
pickup
points?
lines? It depends on the pickup line. It can't be corny, and it can't be cringy.
What's corny?
Like, oh my god, what was the last one that I got? Something about how, oh my gosh, did you fall from the sky or something like that? You know the one I'm talking about.
That is so romantic.
No, it's not. It's so cringy.
He said, "Hey girl, are you an angel?"
Yes, that one.
Because it seems like you just fell from the sky. I don't know.
Something like that.
And then what did you say?
And I was just like, no.
We are replaying your conversation. So you really said no.
I was like, no, I'm not.
Okay.
So
talk like
being.
talk to me like you're messaging. You said no.
No, yeah, I was like, no, I'm not a celestial being.
I'd be like, yes, you are. Obviously, from your profile and your photos.
Why would you say that? Why would I be an angel to you?
Because you just, I get this sense in your eyes. I would try to keep the conversation going.
Oh my God.
Because if I didn't keep talking to you, then you probably wouldn't talk to me.
See, after that opening line, I would have deleted the message.
Yeah.
See, but the thing with me is persistence is good to an extent. If he's persistent and he like consistently wants to talk to me, then I'll give him a little bit of my time. But if he's just like pickup line and I don't like the pickup line, then it's just whatever.
What if he said, hey, I don't get on here often. What's your number? Selena.
I'm like, sorry, bye.
Oh. Huh.
I don't give out my number like easily.
So do you match and then schedule a date and then go out and then like exchange numbers later if it's good?
For me, I'll give out my Snapchat.
Oh.
And then we can message on there. But for me, because I don't like messaging on the apps because it lags a little bit sometimes. So I'll be like, oh, just hit me up on Snap or something like that. So I'll message them off of like a different platform. But I won't give them my phone number until like there's a reason to, or like it's an actual like relationship kind of thing.
Doesn't that just kind of like feed into the whole like he watches my Snap story, but he doesn't like message me?
Yes and no. I mean, I don't really care for that. I'm not like a big social media kind of person in general. So
yeah, that's true.
Yeah, you know that about me. But I don't know. I don't feel comfortable giving away my number. Like, what if the guy is psychotic and he's like obsessive over me and like constantly?
Don't you guys want that?
Didn't we used to give out? Remember when we used to have to give out our house numbers? Did you ever have to do that?
Well, yeah, because I'm old, obviously.
Right, yeah. You have to give out your house number.
Yeah.
Oh, I did
With
that. In no, not kindergarten. It wasn't kindergarten. It was 6th grade.
She had to do that in 6th grade.
Oh. Okay. Okay. So what other do you have any other like bad date stories or?
I mean, he was trying real hard.
Okay, set the stage. Where were you?
We were at Starbucks actually. We had like a coffee date. I met him there, and he was late.
Ooh, how late?
Like 20 minutes late.
Oh, fuck that guy.
Yeah, exactly. And I was just like, sorry. And he was just like, I'm so sorry. I got caught up in traffic, blah, blah. I'm like, really?
But did he tell you he's like, I'm running late?
No.
Okay, see, that's not good.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I was waiting there for like 20 minutes, and then he had texted me. He was like, oh, I just parked. And I was like, I've been here.
You know, so either one thing is maybe he's bad with like managing his time. Number 2, he was nervous and was probably sitting in the parking lot. And just
that could have been the case.
Like, I don't know. Should I go?
It's 20 minutes.
20 minutes. Like you get 5 minutes of a grace period, and then it's done.
Or he was talking to his deathly ill mom on the phone and didn't want to bring it up.
I don't give him that much of the benefit of the doubt because the date wasn't great. So you talk about silence, right?
And how you hate silence.
I hate silence.
Oh boy.
Let's just sit here silently with Kathy for a little bit.
Like my mom. See, the thing with this is like my mom would not talk to me when she was mad at me. See, that's why I don't like silence. I don't like the silent shit.
You gotta get control over that silence.
Exactly.
So
that's why I'm always talking.
When there's a silence, it's like, is your heart pounding? No?
Like, do you get a little anxious, or
Yeah.
do you?
I do. I'm just like, what's going through your mind? Like, what are you thinking? Like, I don't know.
So you get nervous.
I start like analyzing
sweating.
everything.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't like silence. I'm just like, why are you mad at me? Why are you not talking to me?
So, so that's what you want. You want a guy that's like always.
Yeah, constantly like not like confirming or anything like that. It's just like constantly being persistent and acknowledging me. I guess if that makes any sense.
So in that date, what happened? A lot of this silence and just
a lot of silence. He would say like the weirdest things.
Like for example,
he was just like, oh. He was just like, oh, did you cut your hair? And I'm like, no.
You're like, what?
And I'm like, no.
Maybe he was comparing you from your photo.
Oh, that could have been the case, but he was just honestly trying to fill the silence because the silence was just.
Was
really
there
long.
any like? Was he attractive? Any fireworks going on?
I mean, he was attractive in his pictures. Let's just say. And then we met in person. I was just like, ooh, I don't know.
Like a little let down.
Yeah.
Okay, so in this pictures from 1 to 10, what was he like? 8, 7?
To me, he was probably like a 7.
7. So in person though, what was he?
It was like a.
Ooh,
0.5.
Ooh, a 0.5?
Yeah, 4.5.
That's what I'm saying. Like photos, like people can take great photos.
That's the thing. Like for me, like you have to like actually like showcase that you actually take care of yourself and like
in what
like,
way?
Like manicure.
Not even like manicure,
Facial?
pedicure, not facial, but like.
So do you
his
love
hair,
that Zorric like does his eyebrows?
I do.
Yes, I appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
But like his hair was like messy. His clothes were like disheveled. Like he looked like he like just rolled out of bed. Like he didn't care. He smelled a little bit kind of funky.
That's
I
the
was just
thing.
like, I'm big on hygiene, so
Yeah.
that was like a complete turn off. So I was like,
I think anyone that's not a big on hygiene, we gotta talk.
So how did that? Okay, so what do you mean by hygiene? So he needs to just dress well, not smell.
you need for me like to be attractive. Like your face doesn't have to be a 10 or anything, but if you know how to dress, you smell good. You can keep up conversation. Like that's like you gain points up for me. So that's just I don't know. He just wasn't for me.
So how did the date end?
I was just like, I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
Oh, you did the Irish goodbye.
Not
just,
even
left?
that. I was like, I rushed to the bathroom and I texted my friend. I was like, hey, call me and tell me that you need me to go to you. And so she called me. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. My friend needs me. I gotta go. So I pulled that one.
Did y'all talk about? Did y'all message or talk afterwards?
He messaged me. He was like, hey, how are you doing? And I left him on red.
Oh.
I felt bad, but I was just like, no, I'm good.
Did he tell you he loved you?
Kathy's
No.
a ghoster.
Oh yeah.
I do.
Girl,
I
you're
do.
breaking men's hearts.
No, he wasn't in love with me. I'm
So
pretty sure.
when I text you,
Oh,
there's like nothing, and you do the read receipt thing. That's like
Yes.
that's like a slap in the face.
That is
I'm
a slap in
sorry.
the thing with
Face.
that is I'll do it intentionally because I have my read receipts turned
You're
off.
like Kale. Kale does that.
Who's that?
Okay,
Kale
go ahead.
Thompson?
Go ahead. That's yeah.
So I'll turn it on just to do that.
Oh yeah, it's true.
Ooh. I should do that too. But you can do that to just certain people. Also, so it's not for. I'll do it to Emma.
See, iPhone lovers here, you know.
You know I'm just gonna blow up your phone. Don't
Hey,
do that to me because I
did
will
you
blow
read
up
this?
your
Did you-
phone.
Okay.
He's acting like I'm new to this game. Whatever.
You're
okay.
a rookie.
Okay.
So, where do you get your best quality men? Is it Tinder, Hinge?
I find Tinder to be disheartening.
What? Why?
Yeah.
What does that
like
mean?
I find like I want to be hopeful for the guys I meet on there, but then they always disappoint me.
Are you on Tinder?
Yeah. I am.
So yeah, Tinder has not been so great to me. So far, I've met some pretty interesting people on Hinge. Bumble, I haven't actually met anyone off of the app. I've texted a lot of them. but
Hinge and Bumble. Yeah.
yeah.
Are you on Tinder?
No.
Why not?
Silence.
Yep.
Why?
Why?
There's a reason, and you're just like not saying anything.
Because I'm not even taking care of Hinge and
Yeah, it's a lot of
Bumble
work.
right
It is a lot of
now.
work, right? Right, Kathy.
I have two people that whose messages I haven't
Give
like,
it to
read
me.
on
Give it to
purpose.
me. Give it to me.
because the conversation's
It's
lame and I'm just waiting
Yeah,
on
this
them
is
to
true.
unmatch with me.
No. You guys should be dicks to these people,
Well, what do you
Really?
think?
and then they will want you.
Except that it blew up in my face one time and I didn't know how to come back from it.
What did you say?
You don't remember? You told me to like
Me.
yeah, I like texted you and I was like, what do I say? And you're like, be a jerk. And I was like, I don't know how to be a jerk, which I do, but I didn't know how in that
But then-
moment. And so you told me to like, because he asked me something about like how many people you're talking to. And you were
Oh.
like, everybody. And I was like, everybody. And he was like, everybody.
But Kathy, what kind of question is that from a guy?
Which
Like,
I was, because I was annoyed by it. I think that's what it was.
What
I was
kind of
like really
question
annoyed
is
by
that?
it.
Like if he asks me who I'm talking to,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like he wants to know. I feel like that's a question about like he wants to know if you're talking to anyone else.
Right.
but
Which I didn't
that's-
think he had a right to know.
But that's weak. as a dude? Why would a dude ask that?
Then he's
Exactly.
being insecure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my thing.
I think that's what annoyed me was like, I think that's probably why I told you, because I was annoyed by it. Because I feel like that question would annoy me.
That is annoying.
Because there's that little meme that's going on. I put it on my Instagram. That's like, dang it. Hold on, I gotta find it now because I deleted it. But it's really funny. And it says,
what is it? What does it
it's
say?
a meme, and it's like, when a man tells me he's looking for a real woman, in quotes, I scurry away because I'm actually 3 owls in a raincoat and he mustn't find out.
Oh my God.
Because you know that you get that a lot, where it's like, I need a real woman. All right, well, I need a real man, whatever that's going to look like. Shut up!
The crowd is going wild.
Yeah.
Okay. That's all I got. So, Kathy, so for women out there that are dating just like you and are going through the ups and downs and trying to find that perfect man, what do you say to your fellow women out there? What do you say?
I would just
We're
be
listening.
like, just don't be vulnerable. I feel like it's just gonna come back and bite you in the ass. Like, I don't know, men ain't shit at this point.
That's true. We're not shit. Did you hear that?
saying.
You heard it here first. Men ain't shit.
I'm sorry. Like, it's the truth. Like,
119 episodes, and we finally have a cynical point of view.
Yeah.
Besides
men ain't
me.
shit? Okay.
really? I'm sorry. I'm very cynical sometimes.
Yeah. So then, you that's your recommendation. So don't be vulnerable, women. And then what about
Or
for the
at
men?
least don't be vulnerable early on.
Okay. So what about for the men that are trying to date women like you? Like, how should we be?
For me personally, like, I can't speak for other women, obviously. I like a dominant guy. Like, I like to know that you know what you want. You know what I mean? Like, if you know, if you show me this affection and that you're giving me the time of day, that I'm gonna show that right back.
Zorric is definitely dominant. He can definitely give you the time of day. He knows what he wants.
But I wrote the book on dominance, and I am still single.
I don't know what you're talking about there.
So it can go. You can be too dominant, and then you get in trouble.
So ease off a little bit, Zorric.
Okay, I will ease off a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, calm your.
Maybe you just need to find the right person for you.
Yeah.
Everyone has their own fit, so
Yeah, Emma.
Okay, Zorric.
Come on, Emma. You can find the right person.
Yeah,
Stop.
I just gotta put an effort.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
kind of okay not dating for 2019. Let's try this in. Let's
Whatever.
try this in the
You know,
next
you,
a month.
You know what she does?
Or
She
31 days.
She runs away. She scurries off, and she just gives up after like a week, and then she's like, "I'm lonely."
Have I complained to you about being lonely
I
so
know
far?
you. I know you.
Have
know
I
you.
complained it to you though?
Anyways,
have I stated it to you?
I'm talking to Kathy right now.
personally.
I have one more question. Okay, so you're saying the dudes have to be like take control, take charge, and like set up
not
the date.
like, yes, set up the date.
Like, I'm gonna meet you here at this time. Blah blah.
Meet me there on time.
Yeah, don't be late. Okay.
Be like persistent. I feel like that shows a lot for intention and that you actually are taking the time out of your day to, talk to me and get to know me and actually want something from me,
What if I show up in a Gucci purse? Would that be okay?
In a Gucci purse?
Yeah.
In a Gucci, what?
With a Gucci purse.
No.
Is it a man bag?
It's a merce.
Oh, like
It's
for
quiet.
you.
It's quiet. Yeah. Yeah, for me.
I'm pondering. I'm actually gonna look up if this is a thing.
It is a thing.
No, it's a thing. It's a thing. I've seen it.
I wanna see what-
It
Oh.
depends on what you're wearing.
Okay.
It depends on the style that you choose for that day. If it goes with your fit, then that's fine. But if it's like completely out of place, that's not okay.
Okay.
I like it.
What else you got, Emma?
I'm really obsessed with these Gucci bags,
Oh my
man
gosh.
bags.
So make sure you
Yeah, they're
post
actually
that.
kind of cute. It depends. The person has to wear it right, though.
Mm-hmm.
I won't buy you one.
I would love one for Christmas, please. Thank you.
You can ask Santa.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
That's Santa right there.
Nope.
Santa Maria.
It's not bad.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So I think we've said enough. It's almost 2 hours now. It's an hour.
No,
and
it's
20
not.
minutes. We say we stay at an hour, but
We never
this
do.
is what happens. We just keep
Oh,
talking.
really?
Yeah, we're supposed to be an hour, but it doesn't happen. And then Kale's like, "You guys talk for like."
I don't know who that is. Why do you keep mentioning? We don't know Kel Thompson.
Okay. Anyways.
I
Okay.
wish we did know Kel Thompson, because Kel Thompson's the cool Kel.
He is.
Is he really?
Kel Thompson is.
Okay.
I don't know.
So, Kathy, what else do you any other parting words for the single people out there?
I would say don't give up. Like don't
Yeah.
and don't settle either. Don't settle for the guy that is in your number 9. If whatever you say.
9 or nothing.
Exactly.
9 or nothing.
Just because he's giving you attention, like definitely don't settle. Just keep looking for the right one.
Even if it's
And
great.
have fun along the way. Doesn't mean you can't have fun.
So,
Word.
What does that even mean? Have
I
fun?
think it's fun to flirt.
Is
it's
it?
fun to flirt, fun to have a good time.
It's funny because okay, so when I'm like working retail, like I'll be like, I always have to make sure that they're over 21, but I'll start flirting with them. And then I'm like, oh, I bet you have a girlfriend. And then sure enough, the girlfriend comes like later or the wife. I'm just like, dang it.
Always.
Like I was working this past week and my manager and I were like I was talking to her and all of a sudden I got distracted by a guy and I was like, ooh, and she turns around and she's like, ooh, yeah. And then he like walked off and then like we see the girlfriend behind him and we're both like, oh.
And for the people that work retail out there, headset flirting is a thing for sure. We're like, oh my god, that guy over there is so hot in the corner over there by the men's wall.
I'd be like, give me that
Everybody go
headset.
stare at him.
Give me
Everybody
that
go
shit.
stare at him.
Oh my gosh, yes.
That's
Yes.
insider tip, guys.
We are
sure.
always looking
Always looking and judging.
and judging.
Oh my gosh.
We see you in the corner making out, okay? I see you.
Please stop. Please stop making out in the corner. I really need to put those jeans back, okay?
Exactly.
Okay, guys. Well, I think that's all I got.
Yes.
That's Kathy. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
This Thanksgiving Eve.
I hope everyone survived Thanksgiving. I'm thinking about all of you surviving.
What are you thankful for? Come on, real quick. What are you thankful for?
I'm thankful for the fact that I have a wonderful job that I'm in love with 100%. Like my therapy job. Like really happy with it.
Okay.
So happy with it.
Kathy, what are you thankful for?
Will always be thankful for family, for sure. Family is number 1.
I'm thankful that Jason Garrett might get fired if we lose the Cowboy
No,
game tomorrow.
no.
Yes,
Are you
fuck-
serious?
It did
I
not
swear.
say it.
No, it's gonna happen.
I just
It's gonna
read the
happen.
thing that he said. The owner, Jerry
No.
Jones, was like, "I'm never gonna fire Jason Garrett. I'm never gonna fire Jason Garrett."
Hey,
Well, he
I don't know.
needs
That's
to
how he
figure out
talks,
a
but
different
I'm never gonna
strategy.
fire. I'm never gonna
no,
fire Jason
fuck,
Garrett.
fuck that guy. So
I'm never
So
gonna
your
fire.
team Cowboys?
I love the Cowboys, but it's been a rough.
He bleeds.
It's
He bleeds blue.
It's been a
He
rough.
will die blue. He will never see them win as long as he lives. I bet it. I bet the day that he dies, the next week, they're going to
They win the
win.
Super Bowl. The eve of the Super Bowl. I'm fucking dead.
Crack me up.
All right, Emma. I think that's it. All right. Thanks, Kathy.
No, thank y'all.
Bye,
Are the
Emma.
Cowboys playing
Tomorrow
Thanksgiving?
against the Bills.
The Buffalo Bills?
No, the Kansas Bills.
Wait, really?
Really?
Is it the Kansas Bills?
Thanks for listening to the Date Podcast. Please subscribe and review if you liked what you hear. Send us an email at hello@datepodcast.com for any questions, comments, or show topics you'd like for us to discuss. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Most importantly, tell your friends about our show.